He's riding a bike, and his cheeks all bleeding, and he's looking at his elbow.
Where is that? YouTube? Memory stuff?
Yeah, actually, you can look me up on YouTube.
How long is it?
I got a ton of stuff. Actually, I got a clip from Regis and Kelly. It's right on the website itself, and that's like just a 30-second thing. You can hear the crowd going as I recall cards and stuff if you want.
Is it on Regis and Kelly or
Yeah, I'm live with
yours?
Well, it's on my website,
Hey,
but
go to
it's
his
a
website,
30-second. It's right at the very top.
MemoryMadeEasy.com, and right at the top there's a clip of him on Regis and Kelly.
It automatically plays right when you log on.
It automatically plays right when you log on, and it's like
It's only 30 seconds.
long.
It's only 30
Record
seconds,
that,
and it's a
please.
little crowd going wild. Yeah, I actually memorized the names of the audience members in Regis and Kelly. I had more time than you gave me for this, but it was like 200 people, and I had several hours to go through it. That was a stressful day.
If you don't do it, you're on television.
I know. I mean, you gotta have balls to be in this business. That's for sure. But the worst part was I got to meet like LL Cool J and Christian Slater, and I didn't enjoy it at all because I was like, this is really cool, but I gotta focus.
Yeah, you're so worried about your spot.
Yeah, but it turned out great. Now it's like, the benefit is if you do it right, it's kind of legendary.
That's the thing. 200 names. That's pretty big. So I'm gonna save mine. I want to learn how to do one thing and never have to worry about it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you.
All right. You rely on the caffeine too to get you going. Then?
Yeah, this is sugar-free Red Bull.
I'm a
And
night
I feel
owl.
I didn't have a good night's sleep, so
Yeah.
I need a little bit of this to get me up. So I'm sorry if I was a little cranky when you came in, but I'm coming out of it now.
Oh, dude, I've been there. I thought you were pissed off for me doing the vlog thing.
No, not at all, man.
But,
No.
you never know how it's gonna take. It's just I've done so many interviews, and it's like I don't have any footage of it. I'd like to be able to show people. Yeah, that's what's behind the scenes.
You gotta
it's
have
cool.
a reel.
Yeah, it's
At some
like
point, you want to have a DVD and have other things on it.
Yeah.
Other than the memory stuff.
well, even just showing people the behind the scenes of this kind of cool thing. Even be able to have that just for your records, because I don't know if I'll do this forever too.
Right.
So it's like, hey, I was on the show.
What else would you do if you didn't do this? Do you have a job outside of this? Or
Oh no, I have several people who work for me across the country. I speak on the college circuit, speak to businesses, and my products are
I'm guessing
good selling
memory
product.
would be very important in business
Yeah, well,
success.
the only problem is that it appeals, it affects
30
everyone,
seconds?
so it's hard to niche yourself. That's the only problem. Everybody wants you to be niched, and it's like, well, everybody needs a better memory, so it's hard to niche yourself. That's really the only difficulty. But yeah, it's a great business.
Well, a lot of these guys, Brian Tracy and all this stuff, they
I've
say-
actually shared the
10
stage with
seconds.
Brian Tracy.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good
like
friend of
one
mine.
of the best guys.
Oh, it's great.
99.1 PLR, Connecticut's #1 rock station. 718 Chaz and AJ in the morning.
PLR forecast, nice sunny weekend. Highs in the 70s, 65 now in the Greene, New Haven.
All right, AJ, we're going to see if Dave Farrow, the memory guy, MemoryMadeEasy.com, world record holder, memorized 59 decks of cards,
Amazing.
was on Regis and Kelly, remembered 200 names of people in the audience.
What might be
See if he can remember 15 words.
And I did all of that
the
actually.
tribe gave him.
I did all of that actually on a full night's sleep too. So this is
Full night's sleep,
Disclaimer.
and you had more time. He was really impressed with how fast we moved through
Yeah,
the phone
I've
calls.
done radio a lot, and people, you get on the end there, and they were just going one after another after another. I had to kind of switch my brain and wake up and.
Now, we have a
and
great
get into
crew
it.
out there.
Yeah, no, you guys have an
Yeah.
incredibly well tailored audience there.
So we're gonna give you 30 seconds to get it together.
All right,
and
let
then-
me take the
then we're
headphones
gonna
off
go
here.
through it.
All right, so
How
we
are the
start
roads?
off with asparagus.
Accidents, just fairly typical
Keep your
delays.
headphones on.
I'm
We're
Amy
doing
Beyond
traffic right
Delaware,
now.
the latest from the WPLR, NapoliMotors.com Traffic Center. We do have slight delays 95 southbound between exit 50 and 47. Things slow up right around 27 in Bridgeport. You do have some stopping though getting to the Fairfield West exit. 91 southbound we are picking up between exit 3 and the 95 on-ramp. Overall, it's not too bad. Southbound side of the Merritt, we do have some delays out there between 46 and 44. It builds after that from the North Ave overpass out to exit 42. And Metro North is on or close to schedule.
Okay, there's your 30 seconds. Dave Farrow, MemoryMadeEasy.com. Do we have the audio from the Regis and Kelly show?
You know, he has 2 world records in the Guinness World Record book for memory work. We're going to put him through the paces. This is how I think...
This is the real challenge here, because we're on camera
10
and
decks
everything.
of cards, 52 cards.
So you've memorized all these decks of cards?
Yeah,
This is only 30 seconds, right?
So what we have to do now is pick out one deck.
You pick out a deck, and I'll find it in my head. Like the first bunch, and I'll pick a deck. We'll do with the first few in that deck. We'll do deck number 9 then.
Okay, number 9.
All right. So number 9. Okay, so we start off with the 10 of hearts, then the from the top, and then after that
Just putting the cards
5 of spades. Then
Watching the folks close up.
Then the Jack of clubs, the 7
Close
of...
up.
Do you remember what Kelly was wearing that day?
And then after that we have the...
She's actually wearing during one of my interviews, she was wearing like this black dress. It was really nice.
And then that'll be the Queen of...
All right, so you kind of get it. He goes through the cards.
Right, yeah.
All right, 15 words that the tribe gave you. Let's see how you do.
You missed out actually because the crowd starts yelling and screaming after I get more cards in. All right, so the first one is asparagus, then precious, then snuffleupagus, a spider, preferred, a baseball, pickle, telephone, poop. A transvestite, great list, by the way. Anti-disestablisharianism, not to be confused with anti-disestablisharianismist, but just anti-disestablisharianism. And then midget, I suppose the politically correct version of that. And then property and moist and diphthong.
Unbelievable.
He had one wrong.
So going backwards, we got
he-
diphthong, moist, property, midget, anti-disestablisharianism, transvestite, poop, telephone, pickle, baseball, preferred, spider, snuffleupagus, precious, and asparagus.
He had pickle. The correct word was pickles.
Oh, please.
Oh, stop it.
Right. Yeah. Nitpick, we call him jerk.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
You say you can get someone on the phone right now and improve their memory while they're on the phone?
Yeah, I can actually get them to memorize, say, like 8 or 9 of these, like just off the top of their head. And it shows.
How long does that take?
That's like it.
Is it
less than a
entertaining?
minute. Less than a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extensive course.
203-882-WPLR, toll free 1-877, the letter R, the word nickel. How do I remember stuff like that my wife tells me that I don't really want to listen to?
Well, first of all, you have to care.
Okay, forget it. Never mind.
You're out.
All right,
Well,
forget it.
At least we know
But
now.
actually, I'll tell you actually something that can really work out. You ever misplace things, forget where you put your keys or glasses or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, happens all the time,
Handgun,
especially when you're in this business, you're busy and everything, you're thinking about a lot of things and you set something down. Next time you set something down, imagine it explodes. Now, I know this is radio, don't actually make it explode, people. But imagine that it explodes like there's a firecracker attached to it. And what happens is your brain wakes up and it pays attention to that for just a split second. Like, you don't even notice it, but there's
Takes
a
a
part...
really vivid picture of it.
It's your brain actually kind of wakes up. There's a part of your brain that actually decides that I'm going to take that and put it in my long-term memory, and you don't need any repetition for it. And then you can go weeks later, and you'll still remember that.
Do you do that with people's names as well?
Well, you don't imagine everyone's name exploding. You do something a bit more customized. But actually, yeah, hey, my last name is Pharaoh, so I have this hat, and I put the hat on. I'll wear it for you guys.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Hey.
And listen, I've wore that. I know it looks goofy, but that's the point. I've worn this at conferences, when speaking, and things like
You're right.
that.
Now I'll never forget your last name.
I know. It's my last name's Pharaoh.
True,
and
yeah.
I was tired of people forgetting the memory guy's last name, so that's why I came up with that. And it works so well. So of course, that.
So
leads
you
into-
take someone's name and you apply some picture to it?
Yeah, actually, absolutely.
Like AJ's name, what picture would you apply to that?
Well, actually, AJ, actually, I do it almost automatically now, so I don't even think about it. But for Chaz, I thought of chess, just because it's something that sounds similar.
Chaz, right.
Yeah.
Right.
AJ, I didn't actually have an image for AJ. I just remembered it because I practiced
Most
it so
folks
much.
don't. Including our bosses.
Normally what you do is like something like the Fonz. You think and that would remind you of AJ, that sort of thing. Now, when you get into last names, it gets a bit more complex, but that's why you need to take the course, because you can literally walk into a room, memorize 50, 100 people's names comfortably, having fun.
150 names?
I can tell you that in the course, you memorize 20 people's first and last names. So it gives you real practice. And they're not easy names. They're names from around the world as well. And a student, I mean, to be realistic, a student starting off after practicing this for about 2 weeks or so, you could easily walk in and memorize 15 people's names in a row, and then you'd start to get a little okay. You got to practice a little bit more to.
What
go
about
up
text and like if you're studying for an exam
That's
in
exactly
college?
what I want.
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. You know what? The best technique that we have for this, I actually have a program called the Faro Study Method. Got to name everything after yourself, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But it works. What we do is we cut study time, and what we focus on is getting students to remember the terminology. It's like the definitions of this, the definition of that, and like supernova, chlorophyll, whatever it is. Once you know the definitions of your curriculum, that's like 70 to 80% of everything you're going to be tested on. After that, you just have essay questions, but still your knowledge of the definitions will still go into that. Think of it like it's like learning the language of your course.
So this
honestly,
course will help you do that.
Absolutely, yeah. We actually have a step-by-step system to do just that. And what I do is I say, don't open the book from the front, open it from the back. Take your textbook, go right to the back, and just go through the definitions, and you can memorize most of them, get a good understanding of the rest of them, and you pretty much will be able to breathe through the rest of your class.
I know he's going, no!
And there's also a way to focus yourself too. There's a focus program in there. So did I impress you? Did I
We're very
meet your
impressed.
challenge?
I'm incredibly impressed.
All right,
Phil?
cool.
I want to know what the 10th word on the list was.
The 10th word, well, if there's 15 words, then that's...
You didn't put numbers down.
I didn't put numbers. It's poop.
Yeah.
No, it was
It's
close.
transvestite.
Transvestite was 10. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
so
missed
he was
it.
Which
close.
number was poop?
I'm the
Nine.
memory guy, not the counting
9.
guy, all right?
Right.
Hey, Brian.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you guys?
Good.
Hey, how come I can remember like addresses really good or something like that, but I can't remember like what happened to me when I was a kid or anything? You know?
You chose to block it
You're
out.
blocking it out.
You're blocking it out, yeah. If there was
Daddy
a priest
didn't mean to
involved.
do that to
Right.
you.
I see Dad with a bat. That's all I remember.
Well, no, actually, that's very common. Everybody's memory is what's called one-sided. So usually you're good at one thing and bad at another thing. So, some people are numbers people. They're just good with numbers, and most
Not
of us
me.
aren't. Well, those people who are good with, say, names are bad with, dates or trivia or something like that. A lot of people are good with sports. People who are great at sports.
AJ can
but they can't
remember
learn anything.
dialogue from sitcoms that aired in the 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
He remembers song lyrics.
But it usually has to do with your interest level in that, and how when you make those keys explode in your head, what that does is it makes your brain interested in it.
Yeah.
So that can happen naturally if you're really interested in a subject.
Gotcha.
So what the memory techniques allow you to do is basically do all of that with information that you are not the slightest bit interested in, where you just the stuff that you really hate.
Okay.
So it's a way to trick your brain into getting something in your long-term memory without repetition. The silly images, and I can actually show you a little bit of how I memorized this list. Like when I first started off, I imagined this giant stalk of asparagus, and then the Gollum from Lord of the Rings saying "precious" was grabbing onto the asparagus.
So it's all visual.
Yeah, and then a Snuffleupagus kind of grabbed him and put him in a chokehold or something, and then spiders were crawling all over Snuffleupagus, and so I'm making these crazy images, but the point is the crazier the better, because that's the trade-off. You either do a lot of repetition or you get a little creative.
Well, how do you do that with 200 different names, though?
Well, but that's why you need a system. Like, basically what I've come up with is a way to break down a names into syllables.
If I give you the serial number of a $1 bill, will you remember that?
Oh, why don't you give me your credit card?
Hey, now we're talking.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Chaz, you bought a whole bunch of those things.
I can do demonstrations all day.
Number 1 rock station.
Chaz and AJ in the morning.
99.1.
PLR.
728.
Introducing delicious new cinnamon raisin and cheddar cheese bagel twist from Dunkin' Donuts.